Hi all, so just want to talk to you today about this really bright and clean Fiat Panda we've now got available in stock. Big fan of these cars. I think the styling is quite quirky. I quite like it. It's almost a bit JDM in a boxy shape, which I really like. I'm a big fan of Japanese. Obviously it is a Fiat, but it does almost give that boxy, almost retro Japanese feel, which I'm a big fan of. Upgraded gloss black alloy wheels. Just blends the colour combination around this car in really nicely. This is the petrol version, so naturally ULEZ, clean air zone, etc. all compliant. But the overall condition on this car is absolutely spot on. It's a really bright looking example. Rear parking sensors, again a nice optional extra on this vehicle to have. Got the red roof rails there with the red mirror caps. That blends into the interior as well, that we'll touch on in a moment. But as you can see, it's like a split cloth grey with red. Again, just blending the whole colour contrast of the car in really nicely. But yeah, a really bright looking example. We're gonna give it a spin, get it on the road and see how it gets on. Right, so you join me now on test drive in the Fiat. Now, I just want to get a good feel for this car, really, to see how it gets on, to see how it drives, etc. I don't expect it to excite me, nor should I expect it. It is a Fiat Panda at the end of the day, so I want to just touch on the stuff that people buying a Fiat Panda would look at. And for me, that would be value for money, the comfort, the access, the usability, functionality, and really just living with it day to day. That's going to be a big feature for someone buying or looking to purchase one of these cars. Now, the first thing I noticed really was the ease of access getting into the vehicle. Now, I am 29, but my back is that of an 85-year-old, and I mean that with all due respect to any 85-year-olds out there, but I'm sure you'd also agree that your back wasn't quite half the back it was when you were younger. So for me, I do suffer with cramps and spasms in my lower back, and having a good seating position with a good lumbar support does offer a big benefit to me when I'm looking to buy a car. And this car does have that quite naturally. The seating position's comfortable, and like I said, getting in and out of the car was nice and easy. It sits at a really good height and easily accessible. The drive of itself is good as well. I haven't got my mic on unfortunately today, so you will hear a bit more road noise, but it is comfortable, it is quiet. It's actually a pleasant place to be. I like the interior. As I mentioned, it feels quite JDM on the outside, a bit boxy, a bit Japanesey, and that sort of drifts to the inside. The centre of the steering wheels, this sort of a cute little box. It's almost quite anime-ish in a weird sense, and all the controls are the same. They're all these boxy things, and it's a bit different, and I like different. It just adds a bit of fun and certainly a bit of colour on the interior, with the door cards in this red cloth. The seats being as they are. I mean, you can see the leg rest here, and the top half is in red, and you've got the really nice patterned backrest there. It just adds a bit of nice ambience really to the vehicle. It's quite a nice place to be, in truth. I've just noticed the dials are squared as well, so they're obviously going for a theme here, and I think it works really well. Quite a fair bit of spec standard on this vehicle. You've got Bluetooth, you've got aux, you've got USB, so you can play all your music, etc. You've got rear parking sensors, I did touch on that earlier. All important aircon, electric windows, etc. You've got the city steering, which is quite a fun feature, where if you give it a press, it lightens up the steering. So if you're in and out of traffic or in a busy city area, hence the city, it just makes it really nice. It's really easy to dart in and out of traffic and parking. It just lightens everything up and just makes it quite a pleasurable drive when you're in traffic, in truth. Now, in terms of the maintenance on this vehicle, it's been superbly well looked after. It's had 4 service records in under 20,000 miles. It's on 19886 as I speak to you now, but we've also importantly done a CAMBELT on, well, as now really, on recent mileage. So in terms of buying this car and going forward with servicing and maintenance costs, hopefully we've got you covered for most of it. We're getting all the big stuff ticked off, and that's one thing I think we really excel at as a business, in truth. But no, I'm quite impressed, in truth. I never thought I'd say that about Fiat Panda, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, but it just does everything you need it to do, and it does it well, and that's one of the main things you look for when buying a car. Good MPG, ULEZ, comfortable, quiet, easy access. access, functionality. It ticks all the boxes, and it is a bit different to your usual cars inside with how it's laid out. Well, it's not the layout, but just in terms of how everything's sort of displayed. I really enjoy it. It's quite a fun place to be, in truth. So yeah, I am really impressed. The vehicle is available, so if it's something you're after or interested, give us a shout. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. Cheers. So I just want to start to implement a new segment to each car video where we test two things. One of them is really just for sheer enjoyment, and the second one is quite a serious thing. Now, they're sound checks. The first one is the horn. We've pulled over somewhere quiet where we're not going to disturb anyone, but quite a happy horn, that. 7 out of 10? What do you reckon, Harry?
Yeah, I agree.
7 out of 10 on the horn. The next one's indicator. There's nothing worse than an annoying indicator on a car that you have to live with, so we're going to give this a whirl. Quite a clean tick, that. I'm a fan. It sounds quite premium in the sense that I don't really know how to describe an indicator. It's a premium indicator tick, that. 9 out of 10 on the indicator?
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Great.
7 out of 10 horn, 9 out of 10 indicator. You've heard it here first. Thank you.